I made a game about my favorite VTuber, Vedal.
Vidal.
Yes, Vedal is a male VTuber.
I am not a VTuber though, you got that part wrong, Neuro.
English is my second language, so bear with me. I started to make this game weeks ago, but I've heard about the game jam in a recent stream.
Alright, we'll do our own fucking game jam. And Neuro will announce the theme. Okay? That's the plan. That's the pitch. What do you think?
So I want to finish this video first. The family stream part 2 will wait. And so I'm going to make this video simple as possible. Let's get started. First, here's the checklist I wanted to do to make the game playable. Player movement, enemy spawn point, boss, and game over screen. And of course, here's another list. The player will be the turtle, you, the main player, the drones, and the boss is Neuro herself. And the final one, the heart. Let's start with the player movement, but I have to relearn the basics of making the game. Here's the games I made. Yep, all of them are all unfinished projects. I'm going to reuse some of my code to my new game, but I don't have any game that uses the standard movement, so I'm going to do some research on how to make my player move. Luckily, not just a simple player movement, but I'm able to implement the double jump, dash, wall slide, and wall jump. All of them comes from this guy, the sound. I wanted to add some to the character, because for real bruh, his voice is very iconic. Next is the drone. I'm going to use this PNG for now, don't worry about the look. Our goal is to make the game playable for this video. I'm now able to use one of my codes that makes the drone to follow the player. But the only problem that I have with this code is that I don't want the drone to constantly follow the player. I made an illustration to show what I wanted to make, and so I asked ChatGPT to add some code, and took me hours, but I'm able to make it work. And adding the player lives to 3, and also making the dash to make the player invulnerable during the duration of the dash. I added the enemy spawn point here. Next up is the game over screen. I have watched some tutorials to make it work. And then the boss. The first thing that I do is to make the laser. At first, I have used my own code, my previous code from following the player, and also using my laser script on my other project. But the problem I'm having is to make the laser deal damage to the player, but it doesn't work. So I opted to Google but can't find the right one. So I asked ChatGPT to change my existing code for several trial and errors, and so I'm able to finally make it work. Next, I'm going to add the placeholder.
Yay!
And adding health for Neuro, and adding collision to her head. This way, the player can't destroy her whenever the player enters her head. I added difficulty for the drones on how much the drones spawn per 20 seconds. The last one is the heart. It's pretty simple. The player must catch it in order to increase its life by 1. And there you have it, a working game. Next up, I will continue to design the sprites for the game in the next video. I'll be making random stuff to this channel besides neuro-sama content, so stay tuned.
What?